yourself a fire and laying me down tonight.
What's up, blokes? I'm here with Ekko Park.
How you doing?
Good, man, good. How about you guys?
Very well.
Yeah,
Very well. Keep it busy, all's good.
Nice. Yeah. Just give us a quick intro, who are you guys and what is Ekko Park?
I'm Nick, I play drums.
I'm Joe, I sing, play guitar with an accent.
Callum and Joel aren't here, but they play bass and guitar.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And what is Ekko Park?
What are we? We're just a Kiwi, Auckland, guitar-driven rock band. That's
been together a few years now and travelled around New Zealand a bit and put out an album last year, and we've just been keeping busy ever since. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell us about the beginnings of Ekko Park. How did it all begin and how did you guys come together to make the band?
Well, it started with me really and Joel, a guitar player. I moved over from Ireland to New Zealand in 2005, 2006, and had a lot of solo songs, and Joel had just left another band, or the band had split up, and we had started sort of jamming together and getting things together, and had a few other members of the band that came in and helped us out really from other bands, but we never really sort of settled.
Yep.
And then started 2010, was it?
2010, 2011.
2010, 2011, we got Nick and Callum in, and kind of feels that's when the band really started, and we started writing together, and things started moving for us, and put our first single out, and then it's just, as each single's gone out, we've just got bigger and bigger, and we find ourselves here now with you.
Yeah. So what would be the sort of origin story to the name Ekko Park? It's an interesting sort of...
It's actually because of MySpace, really.
Okay.
Back when we were trying to find a name, MySpace was still very, very prevalent, and that's where people found your music, and that's where you put your videos and stuff.
Yep.
Sort of pre everybody having Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So we really struggled to find a name where you could have myspace.com/ and then your band name. You find bands in New Zealand would have their band name, and then it would be like New Zealand Rock Band after it, and your address would be like this. So there's a guy called Joseph Arthur who's one of my biggest influences, and he had a song called Ekko Park that I always loved, and I just thought it sounded great, and then because of MySpace we changed the spelling of it to have our own name, and then sure enough 12 months later MySpace shits itself and we've still got our name, so that's why that's what it is.
EKKO.
So what's the writing process like for you guys? I've noticed you got really catchy choruses that you just sing along to, and is that something you guys really work for, or so where do the songs sort of begin?
I guess we kind of just write, Joe might come in with a bit of an idea, or it might be even just a vocal melody or chord progression or something, or he'll send us something on our phones, and when we all get in a room we kind of just jam those ideas out and see what happens, and usually most of the writing happens with the four of us in a room, but it's sort of come from someone bringing something in to start with usually, yes.
I think the chorus thing is because I maybe get some of the melodies writing on an acoustic. The melodies kind of can be quite, without even realizing it, a lot of songs that are written on acoustics, it's all about the melody. So then when we put the music around it, the acoustic gets fucked away and the guitars might change and everything might be harder and heavier, but the melody's the same. It's got maybe a little bit more of a sort of poppy, lighter melody, but the music's got heavier, so that's probably why we sort of sit in that area where people say you've got sort of catchy choruses. I think a lot of it's to do with stripping songs back to an acoustic.
Nice. Building back up. So you leave it open to anyone can bring something in. You're not like...
Well, I mean, I definitely sort of stick with the melodies because I can hear melodies, but structures and arrangements and parts and stops and all that is very much the four of us. So that's why I think the songs sound the way they sound, because it's the four guys, but it still has that sort of little melody through there that started on an acoustic guitar, so there's definitely a good input from that.
For sure. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, nice. Oh, sweet. That's cool.
I think we're quite lucky with that way, because some bands, have members who have very different tastes in music, and then it sort of is an issue. Whereas with us, we've very, very different tastes in music, but it's actually
a good thing.
It's
it
a
kind of
really
works.
good thing.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's good.
Same one, I was your chosen one. Same turn, you left me black and blue, but I can't blame myself for becoming the enemy.
So you released Tomorrow Today back in November.
Yep.
How was the response, and how good did it feel just getting that album out there?
Kind of blew us away, really. Like
Yeah.
we had a pretty awesome. We played a show the night it was released, and it was completely sold out. It was completely packed, and it was awesome. And then the next week we popped up on the charts at number 5, and Kiwi album at number 15 overall, and we were pretty surprised by that. So we were all. Well, I mean, we were just really happy that people bought the album and people are really into it. So and since then we've really just ridden on that with some really good shows, and we toured with I Am Giant a couple of months back, and then the album picked up again and got back in the charts through that. So it's been it's been great. Every time we get out and play shows, it does really well again. So
It's surprising too. It's not really till you go, I guess, out of Auckland. It's really easy to stay in Auckland and do stuff. When we were lucky enough to get all the shows, the North Island shows with I Am Giant, it wasn't until we got out of the city and we played around that we realised people actually had the record. Like people had bought it or downloaded it or shared it or whatever. And you're playing gigs. And the funny thing is, when you have an album, it's that sort of thing where you've sort of taken a step up without realising you've taken a step up. You're a band that has an album, and all of a sudden people, instead of knowing maybe one song that was on the rock or 2 songs that were on the rock, all of a sudden they're asking you for songs that are album tracks, and you're like, fuck, people are actually really enjoying this. It's been a great ride since November. It's got a little bit of life left in it, I think, but it's just been amazing for us. It's totally independently done as well, so it's been a real surprise, really.
Like, on that vein, how important is it for a band to have an album out there, like, as opposed to a bunch of singles in today's industry?
That's a very hard question to answer, because I think it works
both ways.
I think it does work both ways, and I think a lot of it may be down to the genre as well. I mean, we're still a fucking rock band, and rock people are probably the people, rock fans and rock buyers or downloaders as such, I think still appreciate an album and remember albums and remember the physical thing, or the thing of having a collection of songs, whereas somebody like who's a fan of Lord or Broods or something might be someone that downloads a song straight into their phone, and it's just about one song, and then the next song, and then the next song, and they sort of make the album up. So it definitely, I think it would be very naive to say there's a right and wrong way now. I mean, I think it's got to be down to the way, I guess, the way it's put out. I mean, U2 just give their album away for free today. Totally free, just give it away. It's in you turn your phone on and it's there. So,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's a sign of the times. That's what's happening. But I mean, it's massively important for me to have an album.
We're a real album band for sure. I think we'll keep putting out albums. That'll be our thing for sure.
But it's definitely a rock thing. I'm sure you must look forward to albums more than singles, right?
I like the journey of an album.
Of course. And the most important thing for me about vinyl, I love vinyl, is it's the only medium nowadays where you play the songs in the order that the band give it to you. You can't shuffle a vinyl. Like you can shuffle.
You can shuffle anything else. You can just get moving on.
So that's probably why vinyl is so special too, because you get the songs in the order that the band gives them to you.
I didn't think of that. No, sweet.
Which is definitely a process, putting songs in the right order.
Oh yeah, of course.
What a stress! What a stress that is.
A few fights around the corner.
Oh man, a few arm wrestles over songs.
It worked out.
So now you guys have released a bunch of music videos. How do you guys choose what songs that you want to put to a video, or is it sort of the powers that be at New Zealand on air that sort of egg you towards things?
I guess, like the first couple with, with Simpatico and Becoming the Enemy they were just the songs we wanted to put out really to radio and to the public on YouTube and on TV and things like that. So we just did those videos ourselves and just made it happen. And then My Crime, New Zealand On Air helped us out. That was awesome, and that really kicked off on the rock as well. And
that song, I guess every band needs their little bit of luck, but that song, we booked some studio time to go in and record 2 songs, and that wasn't one of the 2 songs. And on the day of recording, one of the songs just wasn't feeling right in the studio, so we scrapped it really early.
And just went, let's just do My Crime.
Let's do My Crime, and it's the one that's gone fucking mental for us, you know. So who knows, man? It just happens, you know. And you know, like we got great funding for that. We have a massive reaction from people from that song, and it probably, if it was down to me, wouldn't have been a single.
Yeah.
You know, on a list of songs, it wouldn't have ticked all the boxes for me. But guess I don't know. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned there somewhere.
It's awesome to play that song live now. And
it gets a big response.
It's great.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Now I've heard you guys play a few new songs live.
Awesome.
At recent shows. Now, is there a follow-up album on the horizon? Sort of, how much material have you got towards it so far?
We've probably written about half an album or so.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we've sort of started demoing and doing some recording here and there, and we're going, we're just going to keep working on it, and hopefully we'll have something out next year.
No,
for sure.
It's a different process for us because, as I said earlier, you know, we've done everything independently, so we don't have the luxury of, you know, sort of booking a studio out for 3 or 4 weeks and going and doing it. So we're kind of doing it as we go along, which worked well for us on the last album. And I think for us there's something to be said for recording a song at the time that it still feels fresh and live and good. And this probably one of the songs you've heard, we've only written recently. We recorded actually 2 weeks ago, and you know, it might not be heard for months, but we've recorded it when it felt really good in the band. So
everyone felt comfortable with it then. So
it felt new and it felt exciting, and you know, so it's
so we might have 3 new songs in a couple of months and just go do those in a stint, and then do another stint a couple of months later, and
it's cool.
Kind of means we just keep ticking along rather than you know, just waiting to go record for 10 days or something like that. We just keep working away.
But definitely, I mean, it'll as soon as it's viable for us to get it all out there, it'll be out there. We haven't stopped writing or stopped recording because we've been working this album, so it's just been a gradual process.
That's sweet.
My whole world's seen it. You swear I drowned. I own it. This was my crime.
So you guys just come off a big tour with I Am Giant from the North Island, like you mentioned before. How'd you guys get on that? And how was it opening for them and playing for those dedicated I Am Giant crowds?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, those are some of the best shows we've played, without a doubt. And,
ever.
Yeah.
Some of the best shows I've ever done. Yeah,
they were
fucking manic, man. They were brilliant. They were brilliant.
Yeah, and I Am Giant were great guys to tour with, and really how that came about was we played with them probably about 1.5 years or so ago at Music in the Parks. And then when they came back last summer and did a few shows for the single that they had at that time, we played Hamilton with them, and so when the tour came up, they asked if we'd be keen to do the North Island shows with them.
I think we'd struck up a relationship with them, and it just seemed to click. The whole tour was just crazy. Like it was just, you know, you're hearing people go that rock music's fucked and touring's fucked, and I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to swear on this, man. I'm Irish. But you know, within the space of 5 or 6 weeks, you had this I Am Giant tour and the Devil Skin tours, and you just step back and go, fucking amazing, man. And it was great to see I Am Giant's audience. Like, they're really dedicated fans, and it's brilliant, and it really spurs you on to get out and play there. And I think there's something to the fact that we're not really very similar either.
Like they had such a diverse sort of fan base that you know, they're guys who might not have known who we were getting right into it, or they knew My Crime or something like that, and it just clicked and worked.
What you said earlier about the importance of having an album, then another thing we noticed on that tour was when we played some of the songs, people sort of went, "Oh fuck, you're that band,"
Yeah.
you know. So they might not have known us to say or known the name, but
Yeah.
they knew the songs,
Yeah.
and you know, it's just a real sort of reminder of how important it is to get out and play,
Yeah.
you know, and get into around the country, because the shows were just amazing. They were
Yeah.
just
I mean,
audiences were fucking.
There wasn't a
mental.
dud show, but I mean, shows like Palmy and
Palmy North was fucking
You know,
crazy.
it's-
Wellington was amazing.
Taronga.
Yeah, Brewers Bar was awesome. It was just, and Power Station was just fucking
Yeah.
spectacular. I mean, what a tipping of the
What a
hat to
huge
New
crowd.
Zealand
Yeah.
music. I mean, you know, the 5 bands, Sitting Fire to
That
Stacey,
was
Black
such a
River
long-
Drive, Villainy.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time just purely Kiwi bands blew the fucking roof off
Yeah.
that place,
Yeah.
you know? And then
That was
obviously
awesome.
Devil Skin have done it recently, Blacklist have done it, and you know, it's a real, it
It
should
feels
be
like New Zealand rock's real strong at the moment,
yeah,
and
fuck yeah.
people can just keep selling out venues, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
awesome.
The community seems real tight at the moment.
Yeah.
Like everyone's sort of getting along with everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, and there's no reason for it not to be like that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, the days of being multi-millionaire rock stars, you know, in your home cities or in your home countries are gone, you know.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I mean, it shouldn't be a competition, you know. When you get 5 bands that just want to play, and you know, 5 really different but really strong Kiwi bands sold out the Power Station, somebody has to
Yeah.
step back and go, "Fuck, that's just brilliant."
Yeah,
yeah.
it was something else.
Yeah,
Eh?
it's fucking
I mean,
class, man.
It was
Brilliant.
fun. I mean, we've known all those bands for ages, and
Yeah.
it was just good. We were all there at the
Yeah.
same time, and it was cool that Setting Fire Ray would come up from Christchurch.
Yeah.
and-
Fucking good band.
They were
man.
great,
great
man.
guys.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Fuck, it was just brilliant, man.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
that night was one to remember for sure.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Like when I
One
saw
to
that
remember
one,
to a point, and then it all went a bit blurry.
Yeah.
That's what's good about going on second.
you get to sit back and enjoy the
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good fun.
So now, just off the back of that tour,
Yep.
you're heading over to the UK and Ireland
Yep.
for a few shows there. Can
Yeah.
you give us a bit of a rundown of what's happening over there?
Straight to Ireland we go, and I take the boys around, show them around for a few days, and
Yeah.
then it's into band mode, and we're playing a wicked venue in Belfast called Voodoo. I haven't played a gig, that's my home city, I haven't played a gig there since 1998, I think. So, yeah,
It's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a party. And then down to Dublin for a show in a great venue called Grand Social, and then SJM Concerts, one of the biggest promoters in the UK, is taking us over to London for a show, so it's a real important one for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it sort of started out as saying, you know, we should go and play some shows over there. It's just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
and it's the right time for us as things have moved on here. So,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great. People have been buying the album over there, and
Oh, right.
we just thought it makes sense to go.
yeah. We charted in the top 50 in Ireland in the iTunes album charts a couple of times. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So, yeah, it's just really exciting, and yeah, I don't think it'll feel real until we're on stage, and
Yeah.
you know, ticket sales have been great. So it's just
Just looking forward to getting there.
Just
We're going
going
just
to it,
over
yeah.
a week, so
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll be exciting.
What else are you guys going to do over there as a band besides playing shows? Do you have any sort of like people you're going to go and talk to and all that sort of
Well,
stuff?
yeah, I mean, we've done some press, and we have been sort of in the background having some conversations with people.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I think it's that sort of first step that we're making, that we're going over there to play, and you know,
meet some new people, and
yeah.
connect with more people, and
This,
just
this promoter in London is massive, so hopefully some good things come from that. And
Yeah.
I guess it's just
it's a starting point.
it's a
Hopefully, being able to
starting
keep
point,
going back, and
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
awesome to be able to go back and
Yeah.
Like setting the roots up.
yeah.
Well, and yeah, I mean, the second time should be easier than the first, and the
Yeah,
third
yeah.
should be easier than the second. So, I mean, it's not something we want to do once and say, right, that
Yeah.
was cool. I mean, it's something we want to build on every
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah.
definitely, I mean, you know, we'd love to get back and play some festivals and stuff. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, we've, again, like the album, we've done all this ourselves, and we've sort of spent 16 or 18 months planning this.
Yeah.
Like, so we've just,
It's all just come together now, and
Yeah.
we kind of
That's why it feels surreal. It's been so long. Like, is this actually?
Yeah.
happening?
yeah, I'm glad it has. You know,
Yeah.
at some point, I mean, I'm sure all the bands are the same. You know, you want everything to happen now, and
Yeah.
you know, you want to get on to festivals, and you want to do this, and but I'm glad that sort of stuff is happening now, because
Yeah.
we've got our songs are better, and the band is better, and we've got a bigger name, and I think it's just the right time for us to kick on now, really.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yeah, couldn't be perfect, really. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So, when you guys come back, what can we expect?
We're going to play some shows.
Yeah?
Which
Yeah.
will be announced soon.
Nice.
I saw the one announced already online
Oh, cool. We're going to play in Auckland.
in a venue that starts with a K.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We haven't said it.
No.
And we may be playing with a band that is on a friend's T-shirt that may be talking to us right
Yeah.
now.
and on a public holiday in October, so.
Yeah. We haven't given anything away.
But no, so.
There's a few other things happening.
A few other things for sure.
That you'll find out about very, very soon that we can't mention. But
We're keeping pretty.
you'll be one of the first people to know.
We're keeping
definitely.
pretty busy up to sort of middle of next year, so.
Sweet.
We're
Lots of stuff.
lots of stuff on the go when we get back.
We're real focused on the Ireland and UK shows for the next 3 or 4 weeks,
Yep.
and then some good stuff happening at home here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's going to be great.
Cannot wait. So, just a few other questions for you guys. Who would be one person they would love to share the stage with, dead or alive?
It's full on. Jimi Hendrix.
Nice.
I'll just go with that.
Wow.
What are you going with?
Pearl Jam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are those like both sort of big influences or just things you love to listen to?
Yeah, Pearl Jam are absolute idols to me. I'm one of those sort of Pearl Jam geeks.
I'm a Metallica geek like he is, but they're still alive, so hopefully we can play a festival or something with them one day. So.
Yeah, well, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm also
Yeah.
a massive David Bowie fan,
Oh, nice.
but
We like lots of different stuff. So.
we like to think we're cool, but we're not fucking cool enough to be on stage with David Bowie. I'm not even going to kid myself that I should be on the stage with David Bowie. It's kind of,
That'd be a different sort of experience, that one.
yeah, that would be time to give up. He'd open his mouth and I'd be like, fuck. I used to love him now, I just want to punch him in the head.
Yeah.
I guess if there was one band, like one show to top it off, would be to play with AC/DC though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the
Yeah,
biggest of the big.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of shit you shouldn't even mention though.
Yeah.
That's definite possibilities, you know. Like she
Oh,
had played for
And
you know.
checks open for him too,
Yeah.
but you know, if that sort of shit happened, that would be it. That would just be,
Yeah.
that would, I mean, imagine.
Again, you'd be like,
AC/DC.
Sweet.
That'd be time to hang the guitars up and say, fuck this, it's all done. Yeah. All done.
Retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it all.
Go
Fuck
get
the world.
jobs. Sweet as.
Now we all know that strange stuff goes down on tour and at shows. What's something weird that you guys have either seen at one of your shows or at a show that you've attended?
The weirdest thing that happened on the I Am Giant tour is, and somebody posted a photo of it, we didn't see it, but during our set, I think it might have been during my crime when people were sort of jumping up and down, some dude was going so crazy he didn't realise that his trousers had fallen down.
Oh, that's right.
So he's fucking giving it all that, dancing away, and he's got these really awful looking blue Y-front sort of things on, but his trousers were around his ankles, so
It's just rocking.
that was a bit
We missed
weird.
that, but that happened.
Yeah, but that was only through photos.
Oh, right.
What else is? Yeah, there's been some crazy shit.
We love Baz, dancing Baz.
Oh,
I think
do you know
Devil's getting
Baz?
talked about dancing
Yeah.
Baz.
Yeah.
he was.
Okay,
He
now I
was.
know who he is.
Yeah. Oh man, what a legend!
Yeah.
What a legend.
He's a good
Yeah,
man.
he was going off at Brewers Bar and Power Station.
Yeah?
I stood and watched him at Big Day Out for about half an hour as well. He was just going off like a fucking frog in a sock. that
Yeah,
guy.
to see him dancing in one of our shows was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him at so many gigs, so that was a blast.
Yeah. It's like that's next step as a band, you know, is Baz at our
We need
shows.
Baz as our show.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty rad. seeing
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably. It was definitely.
There's definitely some other weird shit, but we'll leave that for the next.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for another time.
Probably a lot of stuff we don't remember as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Leave it for a less sober moment.
All right, last one here. What would you guys say defines an NZ bloke?
It's a good question to an Irishman and a Kiwi.
Stubbies.
Stubbies.
and Lion Red.
Really?
No, Waikato.
Waikato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Te
Stubbies
Awamutu,
and
so
Waikato.
Stubbies and Waikato.
I would definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I've toured the length and breadth of this country, and there's actually, I would say, 5 or 6 different types of NZ bloke.
Nice.
You got the big Southland
Yeah, that's very true.
guy that throws ducks at you. That's a tour story. Our sound guy got hit in the nuts by a duck at a bar in Geraldine. True story. So you've got that guy. That's an NZ bloke. Walks into a pub with the short stubbies on, and his
The Swan Dry? Did he have a Swan Dry?
he had a Southland rugby shirt and a swan dry over
Yeah,
it.
that's
A
my guy right
Jägermeister
there.
bag full of
Yeah.
ducks, and he asked for a fucking scotch, scotch and L&P. That's a fucking true story, man. So,
That
yeah,
guy,
that's a good
he's an
NZ
NZ
bloke.
bloke. He's what I was imagining.
Yeah. The quintessential.
But there is
Transit
also the
rugby.
old sort of jandals, boardies,
That's very true.
sort of Muriwai Beach type NZ bloke. Once the sun comes out.
Yeah.
So you got the winter rugby NZ bloke, and then you got the summer jandal NZ bloke.
Yeah.
It's never ending, really.
I will say, as an Irishman, it is the greatest country in the world, New
Oh,
Zealand.
nice.
Good
Kind of
man.
have to say that, don't you?
Not well. I've been to a lot of places, man. This is
Yeah.
just fucking. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And as musicians, man, traveling around this country, it's. I mean, the drives we did on that I Am Giant tour.
The places you go
mental.
through.
Yeah.
We saw mountains like every day. And
Yeah.
Drive down Desert Road and
Yeah.
between gigs, man. It's
Yeah.
fucking. And then we played Tyrone on New Plymouth on the Saturday night.
And then drove to Owakuni.
Drove to Owakuni and played
That was
Owakuni
awesome.
on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. People are paying thousands of dollars to come to this country on holiday to see that shit.
Yeah. We just
You know,
cruised
just
along.
driving on, let's go do another gig. Let's get the sound check.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Amazing.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on.
Pleasure.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for
Awesome.
letting an Irishman crash your NZ blokes.
Yeah, and also thanks to Ding Dong Lounge for letting us have you.
Yeah,
here.
cheers, guys.
And
Awesome.
thanks for watching.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
Do well.